62 TE. And this cover here, it's got these little clips on here. Let's break these things off. You do not need to put them back on. Should put the cover back on. A lot of people leave it off, but it quietens the noise that the solenoid assembly makes. And it's going to mark our studs. $10mm on the studs. $8mm on the rest. Back cover are 8s. Bottom 2 bolts, there's a bracket that is on there. Speed sensors are 8. Sometimes there's a cover that's up here that these 2 bolts hold down. Torques on the bolts there. Bolts on the diff cover. Shim and erase for our differential. Erase an oil slinger. I've yet to see any of these bearings bad. Differential looks okay. The pump bolts are 8s. In order to get the pump out, you can use a pump puller or a 10mm by 1.25 bolt. $13mm. Pay close attention to the wear right here. Should be okay. Dots up. Dots up. Cooler bypass it out in here. Got to drive the reverse pressure plate down. Snap ring. Watch your splines here. Wavy snap ring on the outside. Tapered snap ring here. Pressure plate, flat snap ring, Snap ring pliers here. Piston, return spring, another piston, another snap ring in here. Make sure there's not ring cut in here. And make sure you're not ring cut in the back of the pump here. Make sure our teeth are good here. Some gears okay. Make sure the inner part of the planet's not stripped out, that these splines aren't stripped out. Our pinions are okay. And pull up on this red tab here, then you can disconnect that. Neutral switch, 25 torques on the detent. Seven millimeters on the valve, 21 of them. Missed one. There. There's 3 tubes. back in the back of the valve body you've got to get off as you come out. Your tubes will come out. Pull this out. I mark mine accumulators. Start here with one, mark them around to 6. Keep your springs with your accumulators. Come on now. Now, if you want to take your neutral switch out, right down in this hole right here is a 10 Torx that you have to take out. And then up underneath there is a roll pin that goes through this shaft. You take it out and then this will come out. And don't put this back in really tight. I mean, there's no need to. But if you strip this out, all you're going to do is make it impossible for you to get this out. And I don't put this in my small parts basket. I keep this off to the side. A 5/32 punch. I got an extra long one, so it's easier to get up in there. It really could use to be longer than what it is. And just pull that out. And our neutral switch comes out. Back cover. Alright, there are little tabs on these bolts here, bend them down. $15 millimeters on that. Inch-and-a-half socket on this one. Leave it in there. Don't take it all the way out. Two-inch socket down here. You're probably going to break this plastic piece trying to get it out. It doesn't matter. Where these little tabs hold it in. Pull your transfer gear off. Make sure this bearing's not messed up. There's your shim. Tip this up on its end. It's an impact driver with 25 torques. And break these loose. If you don't do this, you're going to go through an awful lot of 25 torque bits. Tapered snap ring right here. Pull this out. And I just use 2 heel bars. I get up underneath this edge right here and pry this up. You can use 2 big pry bars if you want to. Or you can buy the tool that they put on here to use a slide hammer. I'm not going to spend the money they want for it. 2 heel bars work just fine. You can take this apart if you want to, as long as it's not screwed up. I don't take it apart. I just wash it by hand. Okay. Down inside there's another transfer gear, and as long as it's turning free, I do not take it out either. If you want to take it out, 25 torques to take those out, but I just leave them in there. $8 millimeters on the bottom pan. Roll pin, a lot of times it rolls down there and gets on the magnet. Here he is right there. .25 torques on the filter. Yeah, we can flip this back over and finish taking out our clutches inside. There's a flat snap ring. Center support, make sure our bevel plate's not cracked in half. Rubber molded pistons back here. Our 2/4 clutches. And we got a tapered snap ring. And I've seen these openings all over the place. The book says that you're supposed to put them at the, what is that? 1 o'clock position. I usually end up putting them back about the 4 o'clock position, 4 or 5 o'clock position. I haven't had any problems, but like I say, I've seen them all over the place. Like this one's over at the 8 o'clock position. Your pressure plate. Flat snap ring. And where did they put the opening on this one? You put this one about the 10 o'clock position. And just knock out hit the bolt that's in the back of the planet. Take the bolt out, leave it up in there enough threads it won't screw them up. The transfer gear, their shim. The rest of our low reverse clutches, our planet. Make sure we're good there. And there's a snap ring in there. You can take it over to the foot press if you want. This is the way I do it. I take these snap ring pliers and I start one edge of it off. And come on, quit jacking with it. Start one side of it off, leave the other side down. And then just kind of twist. And if you're careful, it won't smack your fingers. And then your bevel plate, piston, and then there's 325 Torx down in the bottom down here. And then this retainer comes out. Flip that over and let that drain. And this is where the fun is, right here. There's a clip down in here. And there's no real good way to get it out that I found. Okay, if you can find the edge of it and get it started off of there, you can get the scribe up underneath it, kind of try to break the damn thing. And just kind of try to walk it around. You'll spend more time trying to get this stupid snap ring off than you did with everything else. Damn Mexicans are burning me out of here. Yeah, I don't know who came up with this design, but I'd really like to meet him so I could kick him right in the balls. back up underneath it. I'll dog it. I just try to break the damn thing when I finally get up underneath it. I have broken one. I don't care. I'll buy a damn clip. It's worth it. I have to try to get this stupid thing off there. So that's it. You can just bend it back into shape. It's usually fine. I'll get a pair of pliers and bend that tip down. It'll be fine. And your sun gear comes off. You got tapered snap ring here. Oh, come on now. Pressure plate come off. You got your bearing here. You got a plastic cage bearing here that has to come off. Your hub. Another bearing here. Another bearing on the back side. Your scrag. I just mark it so we're turning counterclockwise, locking clockwise, and I hand wash this. Clutches here. This drum is almost always wore out where these ring lands are. See how much play is in there? It's worn out. And they make two different ones. Don't buy the cheap Chinese one. And go ahead and take your 25 Torx the rest of the way out now. You can just pop the shaft and it'll knock the brace right off. Usually. Of course, since we're on camera, we're gonna be a pain. There we go. Sometimes there's a caged needle bearing here, sometimes there's not. Go ahead and take that off so you don't destroy it. And take this drum apart. Alright, got our bevel plate. This piston tends to be the one that likes to come apart. You got a snap ring that need this kind of snap ring pliers for. This is the next one that likes to come apart. The others don't do it near as bad. Alright, let me write this one up. Alright, that's what we're going to do. LS kit, filter, pump bushing, cooler bypass valve, 92047A. That's the bushing that goes in the back of the input shaft. 92050 that goes in that hub. I also replace S92052EA. That if you order them from Transtar, you get a package of 10. If you order them from WIT, you only get a single one. So I got extra ones here. I don't need to order it. Solenoid assembly, pressure solenoid, transducer, that forward clutch drum, the good one, and then my converter code's 447AB.